Hello, and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. I just want to start on the daily time frame just to explain again that we are in this, in this risk area, in this topping area. It doesn't mean we've topped yet. I'd actually like to see the price get to 130K roughly in the white scenario, which would be another wave 4 to come and another wave 5. It is entirely possible that we're currently already working on the fourth wave. It's definitely due. We might be working on some kind of a triangle pattern there. We started to look at a triangle already a week or a couple of weeks ago. The first one I was tracking was invalidated, but that doesn't mean it couldn't be a triangle. It could just be an extended one. What I mentioned to you in previous videos as well is that these wave 4s in previous cycles, they sometimes just haven't been that strong. Especially when we talk about the last one, the last wave 4, and also in this cycle, with the exception of this wave 4, which formed here in August, or well, formed actually between the March high and the August low. All the other wave 4s, they were rather shallow, and it is very much possible that this is also going to turn into just a shallow wave 4. Bear in mind, we're currently in a range in which the bulls and the bears are just fighting with each other. They're just fighting, and my interpretation of the current price action is that there is just no clear winner yet. And we're dealing with buyers who can't really push the price way above 100K, and there are enough sellers who are already taking profits. So it is just I'd say a very nervous market. I think it is a market that someone is somehow is already a little bit tired. Bear in mind, Bitcoin has been running since November 22, right? In an interest rate increasing environment, when many people said to me back then, this is not possible, interest rates are going up. Bitcoin can never go to all-time highs in an interest rate increasing environment, and Bitcoin, well, made it. Of course, the Fed at some point started to reduce interest rates, but you see, it really had no effect on Bitcoin at all. That's what I always tell you. Interest rate increases and decreases, they don't affect the market as people normally think they do. Essentially, the Bitcoin has done its own thing. Bitcoin has reached my target area. We've been watching for this target area for the last couple of years. What I've been telling you since November is that I believe that we're getting close to a long-term top. Yes, you can say, okay, but there's still upside potential. Of course there is. And I actually have no issue with Bitcoin even going all the way up to 170K from an Elliott Wave point of view in this yellow wave count. But even afterwards, the decline would be massive. So either here or here, start of a large correction. But extensions are always possible, right? That's not so much of a problem. You just need to be prepared for them. The bigger problem is for those who don't prepare for a large correction and who are still trading very aggressively in the current range. I mean, everybody's got their own strategy, but from a macro point of view, I've said it many times, we are in an area where we are close to a long-term top. And yes, you might say, okay, but still upside is expected. It is. But first of all, I could be wrong. And then, I mean, looking at the bigger picture, the wave count is full. Just when we look into the smaller time frames, there are a few more upside squiggles that could send us to 130, maybe even 170K. And you need to understand where it comes from, right? Where does Bitcoin come from? From like 15.5K. So most of that rally is clearly done. And everything else is nice to have now, in my opinion. The altcoins are already getting to their targets, right? A lot of altcoins might only need another 4-5 pattern like Bitcoin. So it is getting increasingly interesting. The main problem comes if you're not prepared. And the problem is that it would take a break below 68K for a first confirmation that a large correction is unfolding, right? I don't even have another support area on the daily chart. And that's the first confirmation. I really have problems with that word confirmation because it's not certainty. It's never certainty. There's never certainty in financial markets, as I always say. So it is about being prepared, because any correction will happen in real time. It can be very quickly. I mean, there's never, tops form in different ways. There have been tops on the Bitcoin chart in the past. I think the 2017 blow-off top was one like that, where a high volume, where it really rallied substantially. And we can take a look at that briefly, right? Where it rallied substantially in 2017 and then literally just crashed down. Was it this one? I think so. Where this was sort of the last euphoric rally here And you can imagine in that, there was no exhaustion there. There was absolutely no exhaustion there. But that sharp decline, if something like that happens, like you get a jump of 10K suddenly, right, within maybe a couple of weeks or so on the Bitcoin chart, and then we get a first decent correction or even crash. I mean, this was this first one. I remember when I was at the time, I was there, right, and I saw this. I thought to myself, that's it, right, and that was that was a crash already, like from 20K down to 11. It doesn't look much on this chart. Bear in mind, eventually it moved down to 3. And long term, everybody's a winner. But yeah, if something like that happens, that would be our first indication, confirmation. Yeah. But sometimes also we had it before where there were just not enough buyers, and then it started to decline slowly, right? And it did look exhausted. And at the moment, we're just it's a different market these days. And the buyers and the sellers, they can't really decide who's winning at the moment, right? So again, just a commentary around, be careful, have your plan ready. I can't say it more clearly. I'm not telling anybody to sell or buy, but if you don't take your profits, you need to be prepared to hold throughout large corrections, right? And then we're looking at Bitcoin here on the shorter time frame. Again, you see that indecision. The buyers and the sellers are fighting with each other. The situation really hasn't changed on the smaller time frame from the previous videos. We have, the nearest support area I can offer is this one, between 95,950 and 99,300. For a more bearish interpretation that we get a larger correction, it would take a break below 95,950. Bitcoin is pushing against the ceiling here, but we haven't left the range to the upside. I would need a break above that resistance area, which we talked about in the previous videos, above 100, pretty much 104K, to indicate an upside breakout in the white scenario, which is direct further upside extensions, something that would likely be an extension of that larger third wave, right? But as I said, it is entirely possible that what we're doing here is some kind of a weird triangle, and that this wave 4 that we're still watching for, which I just showed you on the daily chart, is all of this somehow, right? So I thought about different options. Bullish count would be this one as an ending diagonal to the upside, because this move up from the 5th of December low is just a 3-wave move. It's pretty clearly a 3-wave move. So this has to be a diagonal, which means don't be aggressive here, right? Don't trade too aggressively, in my opinion. It's not wise. That also means that 3-wave move up, we could be dealing with some kind of a triangle, like an A wave down. Previously, I had the B wave here, but with that high, it was invalidated. But it could very well be that an extended triangle is playing out, like an A wave down, a B wave up, a C wave, D wave, E wave. And we could spend some more time here, which is exactly why I showed you many, many times this box that we're dealing with. Say this red box, just a range, really, visualization of the range here. And we've been spending days in this range now, right? And that was the idea. Try to prepare you for that. And what else? There is a potential 5-wave move up even from the 10th of December low, but it's part of a larger ABC structure. So it's all corrective. And it always indicates we need to be on the side of caution. And yep, triangle is possible, could break out to the upside, but if it's a triangle, it's only in the early stages. We could, however, be in the white count with a direct breakout to the upside, but then 95,950 must hold, and we must break above pretty much 104K. So that's how I think about Bitcoin at the moment. Not much happened anyway over the weekend so far. So let's see if we get a lot of action tomorrow around the weekly candle close. So I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. If you're interested in the membership, you can find a video that explains the membership perks and benefits here on our channel page. You get access to member-only videos. Today we covered with Dog with Hat. It's currently in the support area. There's maybe a small opportunity there. Then we covered Phantom, Layer AI, Injective, lots of other coins in the last few days. For members, as a thank you, you also can get access to our member live stream, which is on Sunday at 5 p.m. UTC every week. If you're a gold member, you can access many more live charts and additional updates on Discord. And you have access to the chat rooms, learning materials, and much more. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.